Hey YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. This is Janelle, and this is a tutorial that I've been meaning to get out for a while. It's on the Rockin Frosty white and purple cut crease look that I did, and I did post a really short video on this. It wasn't a tutorial, but it was a video that showed you the finished makeup, and since several people liked it and requested to see exactly what I did to achieve it, I thought I'd do that video for you today. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get right into it. Now, as you notice, I've got one eye done, and I actually have my foundation on, and finishing work's already been done, such as blush, contour, lips, false eyelashes, but I'll show you what I did on this side to get to that point. What we're going to start out with after I've applied my foundation, which, by the way, I used a stick foundation by Black Opal. Let me show this to you. This is what it looks like, and it's cream stick foundation, as I said, by Black Opal. The color is Nutmeg. I don't know if it's going to pick up real well on my camera or not, but that's what it is. Starting out by putting a base on my lid. This is Vintage Selection Paint Pot by MAC. Really pretty kind of beigey color with a little bit of sparkle to it, a little bit of shimmer. This is going all over my eyelid. And now, at the time I started this, I wasn't sure if I was going to use an extra highlight or not, so I went ahead and put this all the way up to my brows. Very light layer. Don't need a whole lot. This is just to give the eyeshadows something to cling to so you get more vibrancy. The colors really pop. Plus, it helps to control your fallout. After we've got that on, I go ahead and do my brows next, just so that I can see what they look like, and I've got a little bit going on up there. And then once I get the rest of the makeup on, if I feel that I need to go in and fine-tune the brows, I will do so. But as you all know, I love using powders on my brows. I'm taking an angled brush, just like this, real fine. You can use a powder, you can use a pencil. I just prefer powder, and I'm not even putting this on really heavy right now. I'm just kind of sketching in my brow. And then, as I said, once I've got everything else in place, I'll take a look at the overall look, and if I feel I need to go back in and darken the brow a little bit more, I will do so. Okay. Once that is done, we're going to start working in the crease area first. Okay? And for that, what I used was a matte shadow by Makeup Forever. It's their number 92. It's that real vibrant purple that they have. Again, use whatever you wish. And I used a small crease brush. Now this color is really vibrant, really pigmented, so just a very, very little bit on a tip to start out with. You can always build your color later. But if you look down in your mirror, you can see where your brow bone is. We want to start up under that. So I'm taking a color, and I'm starting it approximately right where the end of my natural brow is. And I'm just going to sketch that over right underneath my brow bone. Okay. Now, try not to lift your eyebrows. You want your facial expression to be relaxed. But I'm just sketching that in. And I'm keeping it under the bone for right now. Back and forth. Windshield wiper motions. Just applying the color for placement. We can do our blending and deepening a little later on. Okay. Once that color is placed, I'm going to take a fluffy brush. Using this for the white Frosty shadow. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you what this is. It was just a generic brush I got probably from a drugstore somewhere like Target, something like that. And I'm taking my Frosty white shadow. This one happens to be White Lily from the Runway Eyes collection of Milani. I'm not sure if they make this anymore, but this is what I used in the photograph, so this is what I'm going to use here. And Hold it up again. I don't know if you can really see it or not in the camera, but this is a really, really frosty eyeshadow. And normally I don't wear frosts. I will wear satins, and I will wear those that have a, you know, a gleam to them, but I usually don't wear a highly frosted shadow. But if you work with frosted shadows, you will see what I mean about using some type of a sticky eye base to hold them in place, because this stuff does fall out. It flakes. So that's another reason why we used that paint pot as a base. It's sticky. It will help to grab this frosty shadow and adhere it into place so that I don't get a lot of sparklies and things falling down under the eye. And as you notice, I'm not going back and forth like this to apply it. I'm patting it on. I'm definitely placing it with my brush. Again, that helps with the fallout. We can do our blending later. And I'm using the chiseled edge to take this right up to meet that purple. But I'm not overlapping the purple. That will be done later when we blend. And get it here in the inner corner. I'm also going to take just a little bit of this on that chiseled edge and bring it into the lower portion of my eye duct, just to kind of brighten the eye. Go in with a bullet crease brush like this, and we're going to start blending that purple and working that purple into the white. So start at the outer corner, windshield wiper motions back and forth. We're still staying underneath the brow bone, but we're just kind of taking that and transitioning that with the white. And now I said this is a cut crease look, but if you notice on the finished eye here, it is a cut crease, but it's not exceedingly hard. It's a little bit soft, and that's what we want to get. So we're blending this out. Blending, blending, blending. And at this point, if you feel you need to, it's when you can take this bullet crease brush, dip it back into your purple. And on this Makeup Forever, if you are using Makeup Forever, please be aware that this is very highly pigmented, so you really, really, really want to take your time and add just a little bit of color at a time. If you get too much, it's usually a lot harder to take it off than it is to build it up. So little bit at a time. But just keep adding and blending until you get the color saturation that you want. I'm going to stop, and I'm going to go back to my angle brush. I'm going to get a little purple on the angle brush, and I'm going to add some under my lower lashes here. I just take it basically and press and press and press under my lower lash line. At the outer corner, I'm going to flick that out a little bit to kind of start forming a line that's eventually going to meet up with this crease line, which, as you can see, we're working that crease further and further out. Add a little more color back in the upper crease, and we keep blending that and blending that. And if you notice, I'm kind of at this point teasing the outer edge of that crease up and out just a little bit. I'm going for that elongated look, and I'm taking the very tip of that bullet crease brush, and I'm blending a little of that color in onto the lower lid to meet the white that we put in, just so that I get a soft blend between the purple and the white right at that juncture. Now I'm going to start bringing that color up just a little bit, just onto the brow bone. Just a little. In fact, what you can do is just whatever is left on your blending brush, use that as your starting point as you start blending that color up. And that's what we should have so far. Now if you need to go back in and touch up the white, that's fine. Just get your eyeshadow and your fluffy brush again. And remember, you're going to pat this on. You're not going to wipe it on. Again, just to control that fallout. So you can always go back and touch up where you need to, so you don't have to start out with lots and lots on your brush. Blend that inner corner out just a touch. Once you've got your color where you want it, add a little more purple here and blend that in. We're going to add our highlight. Now for my highlight, I chose a matte color by NYX. This is their trio. You see it's got neutral colors in it, black, gray, and white. I chose to use, whoops, right over here, the white. And this is a matte. Maybe it has a very, very, very slight shimmer, but I chose a matte for the highlight because, as I said in the beginning, I'm normally not a real big fan. I'm using my fluffy brush here, mainly the chisel point. Load the brush, tap off the excess, and then apply under the brow. I usually do not use high frost products because I feel that they give a little too much shininess, especially when it comes to photographing. So I normally do not use frosty products, but since when I took the photographs of this look, I used this high frost white, I decided to go ahead and stick with that, which I think turns out really well. And you notice I'm taking the edge, the chisel edge of this brush, and I'm sweeping back and forth across to blend a highlight color into the purple, bringing it down, blending it into the purple. So we've got a nice transition. Let's see, we've got the eye done. Let's go ahead and apply our eyeliner. And what I'm using today is Cream Eyeliner by Wet n Wild in black. And I'm going to use this 3/0 spotter brush. This is not an eyeliner brush, it's actually an artist brush, but I like it because it has a small tip. And what I always start by doing is I draw a very thin line of eyeliner. This is for any eyeliner look I'm doing. I start with a very thin line right above the lashes. Let's see, sorry, move over so you can see. And using very short strokes, I just go across my eyelid from the inner to the outer corner. And at this point, I am just following the natural shape of my eye. Again, I make sure I go all the way to the inner corner. Okay. Now you can see it's just following my natural eye shape. Just like that. Now I'm going to add a wing, and there's your winged liner. Simple, right? What's left on here, we're going to run along our lower waterline. It's not going to give you a really hard, dramatic line on your waterline, but I want just a hint of color on the bottom. Just like that. Now for lashes. I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is the lash I'm using. It's by Kiss, and I don't have the number on it because the card with the number has been thrown away. But if you'll give me a moment, I will go off camera, put the lash on, and then come back with. Okay folks, I'm back, and as you can see, I've got my lash on. I'll put the number down in the description box. I will see if I can find another pair like this that has the card so you can know what number lash I used. But this is the finished look, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was helpful. And yeah, you all have a great day. Love you much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.